Hi guys, welcome back to Airam's Vegan Vida. So in today's recipe, I'm going to be filming a super simple yet delicious recipe. So I'm making some twice baked potatoes. This is by no means an original recipe. It's been done many times. I'm just simply veganizing it for you guys and also making it more classic. So I'm going to be using a lot of the classic ingredients, you know, bacon, cheese, butter, chives, cashew sour cream, some green onion. So I'm going to be keeping it pretty simple, classic, but it's going to be super fun. And especially right now that I'm currently quarantined, like this really spiced up my dinner the day I made them, and I was like, I absolutely have to film this for my YouTube subscribers. The alley where I live is so absolutely freaking... Okay guys, future Airam speaking here. Little did I know that this is probably one of the last times you're gonna hear me or see me do an intro in my Long Beach home, because I actually put in my 30 days to vacate this apartment, so I will no longer be a Long Beach resident, an LA County resident. So yeah, the next couple of videos will be filmed here, but then after that I'm gonna have a completely new setting. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, let's get on with this recipe. Noisy. So yeah, that's all I have to say, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Bye. Okay guys, so for today's recipe, I'm using 8 medium Idaho potatoes, and I'm using my handy little vegetable scrubber to scrub off any yucky dirt, because since I am leaving these potato skins on, you want to have them as clean as possible, because some people like to eat the skin, like to eat the filling more than the skin, but sometimes I'll sneak a bite or two at the skin. So yeah, you want to get them as clean as possible and as dry as possible, because we're going to be lathering these up with some oil, and you don't want to mix that oil and water. So I'm taking some vegetable oil today and brushing it on, just a light coat. Try not to brush on too much. I am brushing a little bit too much right there, then I ended up dabbing some of it off. This is only so that they don't get dry. Once those potatoes are all oiled up, you're going to bake them at 400 degrees for 1 hour or until fork tender. In the meantime, I'm going to be making a super quick, super easy cashew sour cream. I had previously filmed a cashew sour cream in my chilaquiles video, but that one was thinner because it was more so a drizzle. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to be adding 1 cup of soaked overnight cashews alongside 1/4 of a cup of unsweet plant milk and the juice of 1 lemon. Please do not skimp on this fresh squeezed lemon. It needs to be tart and sour. And lastly, I'm adding 1 teaspoon of some pink salt, and just like that, I'm going to be blending it until smooth. I blended this for roughly 2 minutes. Okay, so once blended, you're going to want to store this in an airtight container. Today I chose a mason jar. This sour cream needs to be refrigerated immediately because it thickens up more and the flavor comes out more, if that makes sense. And just a little note, this sour cream does last 5 to 7 days. So yeah. Okay, so now back to the potatoes. It's been approximately 1 hour. Just make sure to double check that these are fork tender, and you're gonna want to carefully cut the top off, but please hold a kitchen towel or a paper towel because they are pretty hot. You don't want to burn yourself. I know I did when I first immediately picked it up. And you're just gonna repeat this with all 8 potatoes, and save that top skin because it does have some potato. We're going to be scraping that off as well. Next up, I'm going to carefully scoop out all that potato inside. You're going to want to do this as carefully as possible because you don't want to tear up the skin, and if you take off too much, you can potentially rip the skin, and this is going to be the vessel for the filling, so you clearly do not want to do that. So take your time, you know, just scoop it all out. We're in no rush, come on. Once everything has been carefully scooped out, it should look a little bit something like this. And just repeat this for all 8 potatoes and you're good. Here are my 8 potatoes. I did get a little bit of rips, but it's fine, it's fine. We're all good. Okay, so next up, you're going to want to take a potato masher, ideally, but all I have is a fork, so what I'm using today is a fork to mash this up. And alongside that, I'm going to be adding some butter for some creaminess, 3/4 cup of some vegan butter of your choice. And you're going to want to mash that all in until creamy and smooth and decadent. I'm sorry if this is too much butter. This is not a healthy recipe. Come on, we're making loaded potatoes. Okay, next up for some seasonings, I'm adding 1 teaspoon of some pink salt, 1 teaspoon of some pepper, and mashing it in like so. Okay, so now this next step is not necessary but super highly recommended. We're adding some vegan cheddar shreds. Today I chose Daya, their new cutting board shreds, because you know I do not F with the old Daya. Yuck. Anyway, I couldn't find BioLife on this day, so that's the reason why I'm using Daya. So sorry BioLife for cheating on you a little bit, but Daya is also pretty great as well, especially this cutting board shreds. Anyway, if you do not have vegan cheddar shreds, you can definitely use some nutritional yeast that is delicious as well. Sorry for saying Daya, I know it's pronounced Daya, my bad. I'm adding 1 cup of the Daya shreds and mashing that in like so. Next up, I'm going to be adding some vegan bacon. I actually bought this at Food for Less. It's Kroger brand, so it's off brand. This is artificial bacon flavor bacon bits, but this is a more popular brand, the McCormick bacon bits. I know, crazy. Fun fact, McCormick bacon bits, or these Kroger ones, are actually vegan. They are soy protein. They are not real bacon. I've been lied to my whole life, but I'm actually kind of glad because no animals were harmed. But yeah, read the ingredients, soy protein. Okay. So yeah, I'm adding 1/3 cup of those vegan bacon bits and mashing that all the way in as well, alongside 1/3 cup of some green onion. This adds such a nice bite and such a delicious flavor and texture to it. And alongside that, I'm adding 1/3 cup of some diced pickled jalapeños and a little pinch of some freshly chopped chives. This wasn't necessary. I'm actually going to use it as a topping. So yeah, now it's time to finally fill in those delicious potato skins. You're going to want to carefully take that mixture and press it in like so that it's compact and filled. And then after that, I'm going to be adding some more of that Daya cheddar shreds on top, pressing that in as well so that it melts beautifully. And then I'm going to be putting a little fresh jalapeno on top because I love the way that fresh jalapenos roast up. And this is what all 8 potatoes look like once all filled in. I'm going to be placing this back into my oven at 350 degrees for 25 minutes to finish baking and get all that cheese to be melty. And this is what it looks like fresh out of the oven. You're going to want to cool them down a little bit before you eat them because they're going to be piping hot. And here's that sour cream I told you guys. Look how thick it is. It doesn't even pour over. Right before I did a little test of the sour cream, I was a little nervous. I was like, oh, what if it spills? But no, that's to show you how thick it got in the refrigerator. And I'm gonna be topping it off with some fresh chives, and like that, just like that, repeat. And there you guys have it, the finished product. I hope you guys like these classic twice baked potatoes that I veganized. They're absolutely delicious and they're quite eye appealing, so I do recommend you make these for someone as a side dish or an appetizer or simply just for fun. They're gonna be like, dang, that person really knows how to cook. And I guarantee you that absolutely everyone will love this little dish, and if they don't, send them my way and I will fight them for you. No, I'm totally kidding. I cannot commit to that, but I hope you guys really enjoyed this recipe. I know I did. It was gone within 2 days and it's delicious. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.